Did you ever want to know what it comes down to? Look no further. We will tell you how it is and what it comes down to.
Hello, Chuck Boutall, and today we're talking about wow, or the weight of water. Water changes its weight. That's the simplest thing of what is the weight of water. It changes its weight with multiple different things. The first one, and we'll get into this a little bit in depth in just a minute, is the temperature of the water is your biggest factor. Water is going to change in its density with temperature, which changes its weight by volume. Now, the other part about it is we also need to look at salinity, dealing with salt water versus fresh water. And then also we could have chemical contaminants, where we have oils or pesticides. We could have biological contaminants, which would be primarily microorganisms and or even leaf matter and debris from trees and plants and whatnot in the runoff of streams. And of course, in streams where we have turbulency, we'll also have a certain amount of silt possibility, so soil. Now we're going to be talking about clean water, or completely water that is free of these chemical agents as far as its weight goes. And the easiest place to look this up is the United States Geological Society, the ISO, or International Standard Society. I use a little site called engineeringtoolbox.com. It's fantastic for global conversion, temperature and Fahrenheit, and that's actually where these numbers were derived from. What you'll be finding out quite simply is water is going to be its most dense, or its highest weight per volume. So if we're looking for how much weight per gallon, gallon being a volume measurement, we're going to be looking at our weight, and it's basically 8.345 pounds per gallon right at 34 degrees Fahrenheit. So just about freezing where it's its most dense. Now, once you move up in temperature, the molecules are going to expand apart a little bit in water, and of course that gives you a little bit less actual weight per gallon. It's a small amount, but it is a significant difference if you're looking at thousands and thousands of cubic feet or hundreds of cubic meters of water trapped in some location and you're looking for the weight of it. So at basically 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 Celsius, we're looking at 8.328 or 8.33 gallons. And then if you get just before boiling point, 211 degrees Fahrenheit, we're looking at right at 8.001 or 8 pounds to the gallon. So when it gets down to it, the most important thing to remember is if you're looking at water in the 50s or 60s, you're going to use 8.34 gallons, more or less, to the pound. And if you're going to be in the 70s to 80s, the best thing to use is 8.33 pounds to the gallon. Now, folks, unless we're doing a lot of water measurement, the difference between 8.34 and 8.33 is going to be pretty marginal. But if you need to, remember, check the weight of the water is going to be needing to check the temperature of the water and, of course, any contaminations that are in it. So when it gets down to it, always remember, use that 8.33 for temperatures 70 and 80 degrees in temperature, and of course 8.34 for 50s and 60s is the easiest way to take care of that. Thanks for joining us today when it gets down to it.